my father said. Your brother earned every dime on his own, unlike you. That night, I finally stopped pretending. I used to think love meant sacrifice. That if you loved someone enough, you'd give until it hurt. And even then, keep giving. That's how it was in the Shortridge family. For years, I'd been the dependable one. The successful one. The daughter who got a good job, moved to the city, and still remembered where she came from. Every month, like clockwork, I sent home $7,000. My parents said it helped with bills, repairs, and medication. I didn't question it. Not once. Mom would call every Sunday morning. Her voice soft and proud. You're such a blessing, Nora. You don't know how much you've done for us. Those words used to fill my heart. I'd work extra shifts just to make sure I never missed a payment. I told myself it was worth it, because family always comes first. Then one weekend I decided to surprise them. I'd been promoted and wanted to celebrate with the people I thought I was doing it all for. The moment I pulled up to our old house, my heart swelled. It looked freshly painted, the yard was perfect, even the car in the driveway was new. Wow, I said when Dad opened the door. You fixed everything. He just smiled. Your brother handled it. Froze. Maxon. He nodded proudly. Yeah, he's been doing well lately. Run some business deals. Real smart with money. I smiled, but something about that didn't sit right. Just a few weeks ago, Mom said they were struggling with electricity bills. But the house now looked like a renovation ad. Later that evening, while I was in the kitchen cleaning up, I overheard voices in the living room. Dad and Maxon laughing. Man, you should see how worried she gets, Maxon chuckled. Nora thinks all that money goes to bills. Dad laughed too. Let her think it. She's doing good in the city. No harm helping her brother out. The plate in my hand slipped and shattered in the sink. I couldn't breathe. My chest felt tight. Every payment, every late night, every time I skipped buying something for myself, all of it had been feeding lies. That night, I sat alone in my childhood bedroom. The walls still had old posters and fading paint, but it felt unfamiliar. I stared at my phone, the same device I'd used to send them thousands of dollars, and all I felt was foolish. I thought I was helping my family survive. But apparently I was just helping my brother live comfortably. And worse, everyone knew. The next morning I woke up early. The air in that house felt heavy. I could smell coffee brewing, eggs frying. Everything looked normal. But I wasn't the same person who walked into that house yesterday. Dad was sitting at the table with his newspaper. Maxon was scrolling through his phone, still half asleep. I took a deep breath. We need to talk. Dad didn't look up. About what? About the money I send every month. That got Maxon's attention. He put his phone down, eyes darting up. What about it? Where's it been going? I asked, my voice trembling but firm. Because the house looks great, you've got a new car, and I'm hearing that my money isn't going where you said it was. Maxon smirked, that smug grin I always hated. Relax, Nora. You act like I robbed you. I just used it to get back on my feet. Family helps family, right? Dad lowered his newspaper and sighed. Nora, don't start. Your brother needed it more than we did. You should be proud. I stared at him. Proud. I've been breaking my back to help. And you never told me he was taking it all. Maxon shrugged. You were doing fine. You didn't need it. My voice cracked. That's not the point. It's not about money. It's about honesty. You lied to me. Dad slammed his hand on the table. Enough. Your brother earned every dime on his own. Unlike you. That sentence hit harder than any slap could. Earned. I was the one sending money. I was the one working. Yet somehow I was the ungrateful one. Mom walked in from the kitchen, eyes wide. Please stop yelling. But I couldn't stop. You all used me. You lied, took my kindness, and laughed about it. Dad glared at me. You're selfish, Nora. Always have been. I laughed bitterly. Selfish. I gave you everything I had. And for what? So he could play businessman while you called me lazy. Maxon muttered. You're being dramatic. That was it. I grabbed my bag, tears burning down my face. You'll never see another dime from me. I walked out. My mom called after me, crying, but I didn't turn around. For the first time I was done being their provider. Leaving that house felt like walking out of a storm. But the silence that followed was louder than I expected. For days, my phone didn't stop buzzing. Calls from mom, texts from dad, even voice notes from Maxon pretending to apologize. I didn't respond to any of them. Then one night a message came that made my hands shake. If you stop sending money, don't bother coming home. Dad. I stared at it for a long time. Then I deleted it. Something shifted inside me. I'd spent years trying to prove my worth through what I could give. I forgot I was already enough. I started therapy that month. At first I could barely speak without crying. But my therapist said something that stuck with me. You confuse love with duty, Nora. Love doesn't demand payment. That broke me. Slowly I learned to breathe without guilt. I stopped checking my phone for their approval. I stopped apologizing for putting myself first. When I finally did pick up mom's call weeks later, her voice was small. Your dad didn't mean it. We're just under pressure. I said softly. I know, Mom. But I'm not the solution anymore. There was silence, then quiet sobbing. I wanted to comfort her, but I couldn't step back into that role. Not again. For the first time in years I slept peacefully. Months passed. Life moved on. I focused on my career, saved money, and traveled for the first time in years. But part of me still wondered, what became of them? Then one day my cousin called. You won't believe this. Maxon's business went under. I almost didn't react. She continued. He borrowed money from half the family. Never paid anyone back. Now everyone knows. I didn't gloat. I didn't even smile. I just felt sad. Sad that greed had destroyed everything. Few weeks later Dad called. His voice was softer than I'd ever heard it. Nora, you were right. For a moment I didn't know what to say. Then I replied quietly. I didn't want to be right, Dad. I just wanted honesty. He sighed. We miss you. I miss you too, I said. But I'm not coming back to who I was. And I meant it. Betrayal didn't destroy me. It refined me. I realized that sometimes, walking away isn't cruelty. It's clarity. Now, when I think of my family, I don't feel hatred. Just peace. Because justice didn't come from watching them fall. It came from learning to rise again without them. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more incredible life stories. Like and comment to this story.